Hello, Lone. Welcome to our 27th day update on the journey to Tier 2 Rathma on the SSF Druid. I promised you a big day, and I think we delivered. Thanks to everybody who came to check up the stream and see the kill live. As you can see, we got this beautiful aura around our Druid already. We are online with one Tier 2 kill, and the other one is still missing. But you know, we'll get it. We'll get it soon, hopefully. So, with that said, a little bit of a spoiler, but I mean, I told you what I'm going to do, and we went ahead and did it. With that said, let me show you how we did it and how the day went. We started by farming pests. You can see me farming some Bale. I just felt like farming Bale over farming Mephisto. We did get a drop of a Storm Shield 30 PDR one. Sadly, it breaks. It slammed 3 sockets, which could have been really cool for us, but it is what it is. You can't always get what you want. Slightly later, we hopped into maps just a little bit. I wanted to see maybe we can get something cool before we do the kills. Random ring drops. It's a Dwarf Star. Wasn't very good. Slightly later, we get this Arax, but it rolls 10 FCR. I slam it anyways, but yeah, not much that a 10 FCR Arax can roll to be good for us. Slightly later, we pop a rock and we get a lidless wall. Sadly, it rolls 1 to skills. Over here in Horizon, while just speeding through him, we see a Geeds event, and the ring is just Ravenfrost, but you can see at the top left there is like an opportunity at a Crane Beak again. It's crazy how many times Geeds actually offers us this item, but never sells it to us. So we try again, but again, it's a Skull Splitter. At this point, I'm already somewhat capable of telling based on the visual, despite how little I remember this item. So over here we get our fast of the day, which we always get somehow. It is a free -5 lightning. Lightning, of course, not useful for the Druid, but who knows, maybe soon I'll be on another character already. You can see us here clearing a void event. So we do get a void event over here in the Horizon. And we also get a splinter, which was nice, you know, getting like something to put on today's loot before we go in. We cleared a few more, I think, rare maps. We had some Demon Roads and Ancestrals, I believe. We get an Amulet drop over here. And I believe it took me a moment to check what it was, just because there was like still monsters there. Yeah, it was a cat's eye, so I was like, okay, I'll slam it. It's a cat's eye. Not too useful to us, but could be nice. And it slams lightning res, so not too interesting overall. We'll probably just disappear in the stash, and as we said, once a couple hours go into the stream, we'll go ahead and kill tier 2 clone. So the video itself is muted because the copyrighted stuff from Twitch sometimes kills my audio. So we do go ahead and show it now. I'm just showing the gear. It was Heart of the Oak. If you want me to just say, I guess, let me go along with the video. There we go. So Heart of the Oak, rolled 25 res. I rolled it the same day. I didn't feel like I need to re-roll it for higher res. 25 was fine. Den Mother, 3 sockets, lightning res, slam, 3 rubies inside just to get more health. Guardian Angel with 5 max to poison, 6 max to arrest, and 3 sockets, all of them rubies. We have a fire res Trangs gloves that gives us FCR. I wasn't sure if I need that much FCR, but I figured might as well get the breakpoint, because I didn't have a lot of other use for the glove, and this gives us also cold and fire res, which we kind of needed. We got the Arachnid Mesh over here with 4 all attributes and 18 FCR, again helping us reach a solid breakpoint. And I just used the 4 all attributes because it gives a little bit more vitality and health. We have a Dwarf Star with lightning resist and 6% fire absorb, and this amazing free PDR Dwarf Star with 6 absorb. This is the Druid Amulet we slammed on day number 26, I believe, with Cannot Be Frozen. We have a Maras that we could have used as well. It would have been fine to use the Maras. I just didn't want to get CBF from anything else, and I didn't want to put a Cham rune in anything, so I figured this is fine for us probably. Storm Shield, which we did box and sadly got only one socket on. This one is slammed with max fire res, and I figured, damn, if I box this could be really nice. If it gets 2 sockets, I only got 1, so we put a minus requirement jewel in it that had, I think, a little bit of cold res or something like that. If I remember correctly, that's what it had. It had like max damage and enhanced damage, as you can see as well, and defense. So I just wanted to reduce the requirements so I don't have to spend too much strength to wear this. So we go ahead and use that. And pair of water walks. This is the only water walks we have that actually survived. They have 55 life and gold find. So nothing too crazy. It's just to get the max fire to 90. And I believe we take like a moment. The charms we got are the 8 skillers we have. One of them is FHR, the rest of them are essentially plain. The torches are amazing Druid torch, the Annies are amazing Anilus. The rest of the charms are just yeah, I sped up the fight just so we don't have to look at it forever. I will upload the full fight if people want to watch it and just like see in real time how it looks like. I will say that this build, while being incredibly strong, I still have to get a little bit better at playing it, since I'm somewhat not used to summoning the bears when I'm close to the enemies. I kind of like saw it when I'm fighting that like if you summon them when you're close to the skeletons, they immediately attack, and I was like, sometimes I just summon them like incorrectly. So it's like a little bit of like getting better at the build and doing it more clean than what we did yesterday. But overall, like I'd say the power level of this build, considering like our current gear, considering how much health we're missing, and how much like you know, more skill points we could have, like I could easily add like, you know, plus 4 plus 5 skill points to our summoning, maybe even more that I'm not thinking about, and it wouldn't be like an issue normally. And we'd have even more health, so we could juve like more, you know, comfortably, basically. So there's a lot of strength in this build. If you haven't like done bossing and you feel like, oh, I play druid, I have a summoner, I want to do bossing, like you really can do it. And you see us like over here having like a moment where we get unshaped there at the end. We run into the Nova. We almost lost it there. But yeah, we go ahead and finish the fight. The bears doing insane damage. The crows, the ravens do so much damage in this fight. They're also pretty crazy. And yeah, we finally got that aura. Not the aura we set out to get, but I figured we'll do it on the way. Why not? Yeah, that's our tier 2 clone kill. And then it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. We had 2 juves to spare, so we weren't stressing. I do think that like with my current gear we can do a lot better than that. But yeah, that's what we ended up doing. Right after doing the tier 2 clone, we went ahead and did tier 1 Rathma, which I also promised to try. You can see we had Death's Hand for poison. It has a 6-0 attribute slam. This crafted PLR ring that we made on day number 26 with 45 PLR, 10 FCR. It doesn't have anything else that is useful, but just like that extra FCR lets us get to the next breakpoint, which is awesome. We have our Athenas, which sadly boxed for 2. We put 2 jewels in it, one with minus 15 requirements and 6 all res, the other with 12 all res, just to get like our res to where we need it to be. Honestly, like hopefully I can get another Athena by the time like I actually go for the kill. Sadly, like yeah, it is very sad that our Athena boxed for 2. If it boxed for 4, maybe we could have done tier 2 with it. But yeah, I'd like to get another Athena before we do tier 2. So yeah, our Athena free 2, our Spirit Keeper with 7 to max poison and slams for max cold. Sadly again has what's it called? Has only boxed for 1 socket. So again, our box is failing us, like the Storm Shield, the Athenas, the Spirit Keeper. That's my luck with boxes. What can you do? Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. We put an rune in it just because it made more sense in terms of like our resistances. Guardian Angel, same one we used for declone. 3 rubies. That's the Death's Hand for PLR and poison res. We got our Arachnid's Mesh, this time with cold res, because we needed just a little bit more extra cold res. We got our amazing amulet, 75 PLR, 16 all res, 2 max all resistances, and 30 flat life. We will be snapping with the Mars Kaleidoscope. We have our Havoc Band. That's the ring I was talking about earlier for PLR. We have our Raven Frost for cannot be frozen, flat life, and cold absorb to make sure we're protected from the cold. We have our Inferno Stride slammed with max poison. This will give us fire resist, poison resist, max fire resist, and max poison resist. Sorry. So very, very nice pair of boots. Also gives you a bunch of faster run walk. Our skillers, which are just mostly plain and one FHR skiller. We have our amazing Anilus. This time I actually remembered to show it. Our amazing Druid Torch, a few old res charms, and a bunch of cold res, poison res, fire res, whatever we were missing. Definitely not lightning res. I show like the breakpoints I have there. It's 42 for FHR and 26 for faster cast rate. These are the breakpoints I managed to get. I couldn't really get it any higher with my current gear. And yeah, CTA 5 bow on the switch with a 2 skill lidless. So yeah, that's our gear. And I believe I speed up this part as well. I don't know if I should upload the tier 1 kill since it's not one of our goals. So I probably wouldn't upload that, but I would upload the tier 2 kill once we do get it. Would be awesome to get. Yeah, a little bit sped up. Now, I forgot, since we just respec before it, I actually had extra points to Oak, and you'll see me like do something that we can all learn from. I resummoned my Oak, but I actually unsummoned my Wolverine spirit accidentally. So now this entire part, we're without our spirit of Wolverine. So it looks like we're struggling, but we're actually like at a handicap or something like that. Because we don't have our Wolverine spirit summoned at all. So this part is gonna look a little rough. Like we were like trying to get them down. Like I'm very used to playing characters that can kill all the golems very fast. So, and after doing like, you know, 500 kills on like the mall recently, like it's really hard to forget like the muscle memory of like how I did it with mall. So I will have to get used to doing it with summoner as well. But the fight itself wasn't a struggle. Like the towers weren't hard to deal with. Resummoning the bears was fine. The crows were fine. Sometimes the bears would go attack the towers, which is a little bit annoying. Like you'll see them sometimes just walking there. I mean, that happens, but it wasn't a big issue. Even if the golems reach Mendelon at the middle, like it wasn't like a problem. You can see Mendelon going down. Like we used a lot of potions, but I obviously didn't realize I wasn't with the Hunter Wolverine spirit, so we're missing a lot of damage there. But yeah, overall, it wasn't too much of a struggle. Here in the middle part, like we're just going through, filling our potions. Yeah, you gotta watch out for the souls. Like they can do quite a bit of damage to you. Like my lightning res is not maxed, and normally there's no reason to max your lightning res unless you happen to just have that much all res in your gear, which I mean can happen, I guess. But it's not necessarily going to happen. So yeah, just watch out for them. Don't let them attack you while you're switching stuff. Over here, we have phase 2. Phase 2 seemed a lot easier than phase 1 on this build. I don't know if this is just like my personal feeling. Like phase 2 normally on melee builds is a little bit harder than phase 1. Or at least it was for me normally. But on summoner, it felt like phase 2 is super easy to deal with. Like the knights don't feel threatening at all. They get aggroed by the bears often too, so they don't really focus on you and just like try to like shoot you down. So it's very easy to like take care of yourselves, to like fill your juice as you go along. You can see us kind of like killing the cages, not having too much trouble, even though like if we had the spirit of Wolverine, they would die faster. So I was wondering if that's like how slow it takes to kill the cages, but apparently not. And yeah, you can see we're not struggling too much. We're never in a situation where we think we might die or anything. But a lot of potions used, and this is of course the time where one of our precious chatters checks us out and actually sees that we don't have our Spirit of Wolverine. Fetty, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Okay, thank you for not wasting our tier 1 attempt with not having a Spirit of Wolverine. And we'll see the damage difference very soon once we go into the phase 3. how impactful it is. I actually forgot to farm the map for EXP because of like how funny it was that I forgot the spirit. But yeah, we go ahead. Our inventory is filled with juice, 4 antidote potions for phase number 3. I slowed down this part of the fight so you can actually watch it. But I think since this part is slowed down, there's no reason to upload like the full fight. Just like this is enough. We swap, of course, our Mars that we like to snap with, because it gives us 2 more skill points to everything. And you can see like pretty much very fast, like damage is very big in this part of the fight. Like Mend is already like at the point where they teleport to the middle, do their poison wave, and we double phase. We get like both like the poison and the knights. So yeah, we go ahead, we like move around. Something that I felt was kind of probably kind of good. Try and like kill the cold knights first, just because the cold knights also slow down your bears. They freeze them. So I was trying to summon near the cold ones. It wasn't like the easiest to control them. There's like you know, a lot of circumstances to what you can kill and what you can focus during this fight. But you just try it to like do your best and like focus damage and not just like spread it out over time if you can. Yeah, once you kill the knights, you fill up your potions, or that's at least what I do. Yeah, you can see like I try to keep like my ravens up like as much as I can. The ravens do incredible amounts of damage. You can see this, like, again, this is real time. This is not like sped up or anything. This is tier 1, so yeah, the bird just absolutely destroyed the Mendelin and the Rathma. Meanwhile, we're pretty safe. We're not taking too much damage. We're running around for the most part, trying to avoid like the spears, trying to make sure we get out of the cages whenever we put in them. You can see we're not struggling too much to get out of them. It's not like crazy scary in there. It's not like a one-shot for the cages like with Maul or with Fury, things like that, but we're still fine. And yeah, sometimes like you'll see that the knights stack up with Mend and Rathma. You need to try and get as close to them as you can, or you can just try to kite to the other side and then like run back to them after Mend and Rathma teleport to you. So yeah, and again, like before the night phase, try to fill your potions. You have a lot of freedom to just dodge around. You don't have to like run through anything. And yeah, we end up double phasing again. Yeah, just drink the antidote potion. Nice and safe. And again, you'll see that like Raph and Mend, like they get stuck in one corner, then you want to just like run to the other one if you can. You don't want to just like tank them or anything. Let them teleport after you. Dodge the spears. If you can like be close to them to like avoid like the sludge is probably a good idea. I try to avoid it at like some situations, but I felt like I don't know, maybe that's because I'm used to running it with different builds, that it's not like a big deal. And actually one spear hit us there and that was pretty scary. But other than that, you see we clear everything pretty easily. I take my time here to just avoid like the poison damage. And yeah, we just resummon our crows, resummon our bears, and we feel very safe at this point. Like overall, I'd say that like, wow, and we got a navigator too. This was so funny because we already have a navigator, obviously. And I was cracking here that like first time we kill like a tier 1, we get a navigator. I thought it was really funny, at least. But yeah, you can see that I fumbled some parts of the fight. I'm still not very good at it. This was the first time we did it with like tier 1. So there's a lot to learn, a lot to get better at. But overall, like we had a total of 29 juves left, which is like full box. I didn't even use the box in the video, as you saw. Full box and almost full belt. And that was while we were still fumbling a little bit in terms of gameplay. So I really believe we're super close. We're still missing one skiller. We still like are missing like a proper Athena for like extra resistances and plus skills. So there's a lot of improvements that can be made that are pretty simple to make in terms of power level, if that makes sense. So I'm really happy with our performance overall. I think we did really well. And yeah, I'm just I think if we get a little bit more life and maybe not even more damage, like I think our damage is pretty much fine, but if we can get a little bit more life, I was juving a lot of the time just for safety, kind of like, oh, I lost 1000 health out of like 3500 I think we had or so, and instead of like waiting like another 1000, I would just like juve just to be sure, because it felt like we were pretty comfortable overall in terms of like how much juves we were using. If I had a little bit more health, like 300 more health, I'd feel more comfortable using like, you know, juves more, you know, casually at like, you know, 2000 health and not at like 3000 or 2500. So I think that could be like a real improvement if we can get like a pair of water walks. That would be really good, like maybe one with max poison slam, or if we get like one more maximum to poison on our helm or belt or max to all racks, or like some other setup that works with like what we want to do. Obviously after the tier 1 kill, we went back to mapping. I felt like I still had a lot in me for the day. Obviously we had our navigator and splinter, but I felt like we didn't get a lot of loot, so went ahead and did some mapping. Over here you can see us trying to buy an Azuraf, still didn't get an Azuraf. Today we buy a Dark Forest spawn. It doesn't roll perfectly, but you know, whatever, that's fine. And we go ahead and try by Brimstone. Sadly we do not get it, and the amulet is a Crescent Moon. Yeah, the Crescent slams energy, not too impressive. And the Dark Forest spawn slams lightning res as well, not too interesting, so we just go ahead. Over here, while identifying some charms, we find this amazing jewel, 11 all res, minus 15 in requirements. That's exactly the type of jewel I'd put in a good Athena's, by the way, because you don't want to pay all this like all these stats for their requirements. So that's definitely something I'm looking to use in the future. Over here, another Geeds gives us a 4 skill Ursa's, but 25 to max life. Sadly, we do not get an ODM. We do get the F edge. Sadly, they both slam very pitiful slams. The Bartex, I don't know why I even bought it, but it was 1 skill. We move to a cow map, because we always like to do a couple cow maps. When we drop a word, and hopefully it's a spirit word. It's a druid word, because we've already broken one and we want one back. I feel like we finally earned it, and it is an actual druid ward with 25 all res, 24 increased chance to blocks. Not a perfect one, but you know, who cares about perfect? I just want to have a druid ward. I thought it would be cool to have one, so we put it in, and we go ahead and slam it. This time we're waiting on the celebration. We didn't celebrate too early, and hopefully that means we can slam this druid ward successfully. And we press the transmute button, and it survives. Finally, we get our druid word. It's not over yet. It slammed fire res, which I mean is pretty lame, I guess, but it is what it is. We get our druid ward. It is alive. Things are not over. We are going to box it, and finally hoping for a box that doesn't betray us and gives us 2 sockets, so we can put some minus requirement jewels in this druid ward, so we don't have to pay a ton of strength to wear it. That's at least the hope. So yeah, I'm taking some time to, you know, do a little voodoo prayer, make sure we get 2 sockets and not just 1, and we box it, and finally we get 2 sockets. I'm still feeling that box. So yeah, finally we got our druid ward, so another gear update for us. We dropped a griffin, which, by the way, first griffin that we're dropping. We go ahead and blind slam it. It gets pretty solid stats, only 10 to max to lightning skill damage, but minus 20 base is it's pretty cool, and also has MF slam, which I think is cool. We dropped this sick ass Sork shield for Rathma, 75 PLR, 21 all res, flat life, and sorcerer skills. I thought I slammed 3 sockets, but sadly it broke. I don't know why we're breaking all these rare shields all the time. This is just to show people that if you pick up rare shields, you can find some really cool stuff there. There's some interesting shields. Sadly it broke. It was a really nice shield, I think, but yeah, it is what it is. And over here, another Geeds event gives us a pair of Drax, a Stormspire. I buy the rip crackers for some reason, even though like non-ethereal rip crackers are not too impressive with what they can do in terms of damage. We go ahead and slam those. Yeah, we go ahead and slam those. Drax break. Sadly, that's what I actually wanted, but Stormspire gets free sockets, so pretty much useless. I think we break one rip cracker and the other one just gets a bad slam. I just didn't have more Wallstone shards, so I just cut the clip. Later we get another void event. Does not drop us a splinter, sadly, but it's still nice to get, you know, void events. I don't know, maybe for experience, boosting us up. Maybe we get like another level by the time we do tier 2 Rathma, who knows. Get another void event, which does give us a splinter, also drop us a unique ring. So we've been speeding through and we got a lot of void events the past like couple of days, and we got a lot of splinters too. But I guess, yeah, it's just letting us know that we're ready, or soon. We're ready soon, I guess. I believe the ring was a dwarf. Oh, we get our Geeds finally, by the way. Announcement, we got a 15% reduced vendor price Geeds. We got over 30 Geeds charms. This is the first one that actually rolled that, so pretty happy about that. The ring was a dwarf star. It was 5% dwarf, and I don't even know if we slammed it. And over here at the boss, we got a rune sword. This is Plague Bearer. It's a 5-skill Plague Bearer, and it slams 2 sockets, which is the best Plague Bearer we have so far. So at least it's an update for the Rabies Druid, which is nice to have, I guess. And yeah, that was our day. That was our day total. So bit of a long recap video, I know, but a lot happened. Mostly like the fights just take a lot of time to go over. So now you can see this is our new Druid ward with some Manus requirement jewels, so we don't have to spend strength to wear it. We have like our summoner skills, 1 Geed charm over here. All of our summoner skills, the Anilus. I swapped to a Titan's Grip because we are going full block now with this Spirit Ward. That's how we are a spec now. So this is our setup. I might find like half freeze boots with res or with PDR or with some nice slam instead of the Marowaks. This is just what I'm using at the moment, and we're using the Maras, of course, with all the res. This like Titan's Grips like kind of changes how your res looks like, because it gives you a bunch of lightning res too. So yeah, and maybe we find a better Titan's Grip. I looked at the breakpoints for faster block rate. If I could get 10 more faster block rate, it would be really, really nice for us. Other than that, we have our aura. We have a bunch of splinters ready for our tier 2 attempts. And looking at day number 28, I'm mostly looking for like either getting a weapon, so either a crane beak, a good crane beak, or an Athena's. Hopefully we just get an Athena's. Honestly, I just want to get an Athena's. That would be awesome. I am also hoping that we can get more jaw runes, so whether it's be cubing up like the low runes, the sir runes, the bear runes, because we will want all of our like gear to have jaw runes instead of rubies for the tier 2. At least the guardian angels, I think free jaw runes is kind of like no reason not to, because we can afford it. So yeah, that's kind of like what we're looking. We want like the weapon upgrade, because our weapon is really sad at this point with the box and the slam. So a new Athena, even if it's like only free 2 or 2 free, hopefully not 2-2. Losing a skill point is not something I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, new weapon. Maybe get like some other part of the gear would be cool, like getting a belt could be good for us, getting like a snow clash, getting like water walks that are better than our current boots would be good. There's a bunch of stuff that we could change about our setup, but the general approach is working and is good. With that said, thank you everybody for watching. Okay, I appreciate everybody who tuned in for the kill, for the aura kill, and everybody who watches the videos as well. Okay, not everybody can tune in. We're in different time zones, you know, I understand that. So thanks everybody, thanks for the encouragement, and we are close. Okay, we are very close. Also, you can see we have 2 skeleton keys, 2 navigators. A little bit funny, it is what it is. We just keep getting them. Hopefully we can get an almanac soon, just so we can say we have the full set in SSF. I think that would be pretty cool. And yeah, day 28 looking like a big grind is upon us. Looking for our last skiller and a new weapon for our tier 2 Rathma. And if we keep up the grind, if we keep up this pace of improvement, I believe that by the end of the month, by 31 days, okay, we will clear tier 2 Rathma on the SSF Druid. And hopefully you'll be there to see it. Till the next stream or the next video, I'll see you then, and have a good whatever you're having. Bye bye bye.